Spring is my very favorite season of the year. I think it started in my childhood. When we had spring break, we helped Mom with the flower beds, plant new flowers, plant the garden. And then I remember going to visit my Aunt Annette, and I remember she changed her decor, she changed everything for the seasons. And it just feels like a fresh start. My favorite color in the whole world is that fresh, crisp, vibrant green that the trees turn when they start sprouting new leaves in the spring. So I love spring. I decided to devote several videos to spring makeup because, as you can see behind me, I have a lot of it. So today I thought we would focus on spring blushes. What are my favorites? What are my favorite formulas? What are my favorite brands? So that's what we're going to focus on today. Before we get started, I just wanted to share what I put on my face real quick. I used e.l.f. Halo Glow. That's the only face product I have. No foundation over it. It gave me a nice light springy coverage and some glow. I used the NYX Bear With Me concealer. For bronzer, I used e.l.f. Luminous Putty Bronzer and my Relove Super Bronzer. For powder, I used Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Setting Powder. As a highlight, I used the About Face highlight. I love iridescent duochrome highlighters. This one is in the shade Smother, and it has pinks and blues and purples and silver shifts. As far as lips, I used an e.l.f. lipstick. I got this from the Dollar Tree. So pretty. I'll be featuring this when I do my lip products. This one is in Classy, and I used a matching e.l.f. lip liner in Hot Pink. I'll get to the blush and the eyeshadow that I have on here in a little bit. So let's start with my favorite liquid blushes for spring. And the Maybelline Cheek Heats are wonderful. They've been around for a long time. They are the only thing that I have on my cheeks today. No powder blush over it, just the Maybelline Cheek Heats. So let me highlight the colors that I like. The first one is Coral Ardent, A-R-D-E-N-T. I'm not sure what that means, but I wanted to give you a little swatch of it. So as you can see, you get a very light wash of color with some of these. You can really build them up, as you can see with this one. So this one, because right now I've been outside, it's not showing up an awful lot on my skin, but I can build this one up. I would say it's the lightest one. The second color that I have is Éclaté de Fuchsia. I don't know how you say it. So this is the one that I have on my cheeks today, and this is between a vibrant pink and a vibrant red. And so this looks like it would be really intimidating until you start blending it out. On my particular skin type, which is cool, light medium cool, this looks like that sunburned look on me. Here I go dropping all my makeup, you guys. I can't do a video without doing that, I don't think. Not yet anyways. The third color I wanted to highlight is Rose Vibrant. This is, I would say, a medium flush of color. Definitely more of a warm pink, I would say. So here it is right here. Again, for fair-skinned ladies, this is going to be so beautiful. For those of us light medium, I think this will be beautiful to use as a base underneath another blush. I'm not sure how well this would show up on dark skin. I think probably the previous one would look the best. Now, the fourth one I have of the Maybelline Cheek Heats is By Intense. This is more of a cool tone pink, and everybody is into that right now. but Maybelline has had this for years. So let me show you how this looks on the skin. I think you're really gonna like this, is that baby doll bubblegum pink on your skin. Look how pretty that is. I love this one. So you don't have to spend 40 bucks to get a baby doll pink blush. So the next liquid blush that I have is from Rare Beauty. I only have one Rare Beauty blush. I would love to get more, but I really need to focus on using my collection. So this is in the shade Joy. And most of us who have heard about Rare Beauty know what a small amount you need to cover your entire cheek. This is an orangey coral color. And I personally, in spring, I'm really feeling my oranges and my corals. Oh, you guys, look at how pretty that is. And this, the Maybelline kind of stays a little tacky for a little bit. This immediately dries into the skin. It just dries down and then it doesn't budge, and it's good all day long. Those are my liquid blushes. Next, we're going to go into stick blushes. And my two favorites are the Huda Beauty Cheeky Tints. The first one is Proud Pink. I wanted these for so long after they came out, but I decided to wait. I believe the Sephora VIB sale. So again, this is another one of those cool pinks with just a little bit of a sheen to it. So it gives you a nice glow. And this was halfway between kind of the Maybelline and the Rare Beauty as far as the set down. So it doesn't dry like the Rare Beauty, but at the same time, it doesn't stay as tacky as the Maybelline. The next color I wanted to share is Coral Cutie. And this coral just makes me so happy. I love this color. So these again are buildable, so they're a light flush of color on your cheeks. Some people complain that it doesn't give them enough pigment. Some days I go without foundation. Just put a little bit of concealer, a little bit of that, a little mascara, I'm good for the day. So in my opinion, that's really good to use that for that, or under a powder blush. So my next stick blush is the Wet n Wild Mega Glow blush, and my favorite color is Peach Bums. And I've never tried the Charlotte Tilbury blush wands, and I've seen people compare this to the blush wands, and in my opinion, what I've seen, it's close enough that you really couldn't tell on the cheeks. My last, no, I have three more stick blushes. Okay, so I have the NYX Wonder Stick. This one is, it has two blushes. One is light peach, one is baby pink. I kind of mushed one of these because I didn't put it down far enough before I put the top back on. So you'll be able to see which one is which. Again, as far as that whole baby doll pink thing, I feel like this one right here, when you blend it out, looks very baby doll pinky to me. So this one right here, it blends in really nicely, but it's a little more solid. I feel like it's a little more long lasting on the cheeks. Very, very vibrant. So I really am happy that I chose those two shades. This is a recent purchase for me when I wanted to do a whole face of NYX. The last two stick blushes are from e.l.f. These are called the Monochromatic Multi-Sticks. The first color is Glistening Peach. So this you're supposed to be able to use on your lips and your cheeks. You can see, even though I'm light medium, this is super, super sheer. So I would say this would be a good either blush topper, maybe a little highlighter, or just for someone really, really fair. I think that would be a decent luminous blush. The second shade I have is called Sparkling. And I love like purpley pink colors on my eyes in the summer. And so I thought this color Sparkling would be a really nice blush for that look. You can see this color shows up a little better. And again, you can use this on the lips and the cheeks. So what I usually do when I want to use particularly this one on the lips is I will go in with a lip gloss afterwards. It's not that it's drying, but it's not your typical lip formula. And I just feel like it's really pretty with a sheer lip gloss. So now we're going to go into the cream blushes. And first I'd like to start off with the e.l.f. Luminous Putty Blushes. I have 4 shades I'd like to share. The first one is Isla de Sol. This is an orange blush with a beautiful luminosity to it. You can really build this one up. Very vibrant, beautiful shade. This may be my favorite one out of the Luminous Putty Blushes. The next shade is Belize. And this again is a corally color, but it's much less vibrant. So if I'm going for a neutral spring eye look, I would probably go for this blush because it's more of a neutral kind of pinky salmon color, not quite as kind of vibrant. The next one is the shade Bermuda. Oh my word, this is another one that I'm going to use kind of more neutral. This is a rosy, pinky, salmony, more neutrally shade for my more spring neutral looks that I'm going to want to do. The last of the luminous blushes I have is in the shade Maui, and this is so many people's favorite. This is a kind of brownie rose. I would call it like a rosewood color. And this is so flattering for many people. I adore this color on my cooler skin tone. So those are the 4 of the luminous e.l.f. putty blushes that I recommend for spring. I do have 2 of the regular putty blushes that I absolutely adore, and a couple of these are really popular choices that I've seen a lot. The first one of that one is called Bora Bora, and it is a vibrant pink. You can see that it's a little warmer than the cool baby doll pink, but look at this. Look at that. So pretty on the cheeks. You can sheer it out, and when you sheer it out, it kind of is a little powdery when you sheer it out, and you can sheer it out and it looks like one of those cool pinks on your cheeks. I'm sure it turns a little different with different skin tones, but for me it does turn pretty cool. And I think this is probably the most iconic color of the putty blushes, and that is the shade Turks and Caicos. So this is a coral color, and this was out of stock for the longest time. When these first came out, I had quite the time trying to find this one, but it's one of my favorites. So these can all be built up or sheared down, just whatever you want. And I feel like the putty blushes especially are nice and long wearing, or you can put your favorite powder blush on top of them. The next cream blushes I'd like to highlight are from Pacifica. They're called the Fluffy Blush. The first shade is Bloom, and this is a luminous corally pink color. And let me see if I can get in here without digging my nail into it. Let's just do this. Let's see if that I don't think that gave us enough. There, okay. So there it is. This dries down to a nice powdery finish as well. And you can see that it's a little more pinky than Turks and Caicos. It has a gleam, not a gleam, I don't guess. It's just like a really pretty glow that I truly enjoy. My favorite of the Pacifica blushes is another purpley shade. And I feel like it's hard to get a decent purple shade that's good for spring. You see a lot of the deep plummy shades for fall and winter. This one I feel is nice for spring. And this one is in the shade Pink Haze. Let's see if I can dig my fingernail in here and get a decent, okay. Let me shear that out for you. Isn't that just the prettiest shade of purple? I feel like it will complement a lot of the light springy purpley looks on the skin. And so again, this, after it shears out a little bit, it kind of turns powdery and it lasts really well. It doesn't go on patchy on the skin. So those are all of the liquid, cream, and stick blushes that I have. I wanted now to show you some of the powder blushes that I have in my collection. So the first two that I wanted to highlight are from Iconic London. This is called the Silk Glow Duo. The first one that I have is my favorite, and this one is called Coral Glow. Look at that orangey, corally color. So this color, these Iconic London blushes, they're not going to be really vibrant. These are definitely a light wash of color. It takes me several applications to be able to build these up to what I like as far as color. So if that's kind of your thing, you like a light wash of color, not anything too vibrant, but you want a nice spring blush at the same time, I think you'll really like this one. The next shade is Rose Glow. I feel like this one is even softer. This one I really have to work it to get it built up. The highlighters that come with these are beautiful. Again, they're going to be more subtle, and I'll try to put this on my hand. I'm just not sure how. Let me just show it to you on my finger. There it is. I don't even know if you're going to be able to really see it. No, I don't think you're going to be able to see it on the hand. I can build it up good for myself, but it takes several tries. So for me, this is not my total favorite formula just because it's not quite impactful enough. This next one is an iconic blush. This is the OX blush from NARS. And I mean, need I say more? It's got that gorgeous gold sheen. It's more vibrant and deep. I wouldn't say deep as in fall, winter. I would just say deep as in vibrant and stunning. Just stunning on the cheeks. So beautiful. The rest of these powder blushes, I may just show you kind of on my finger or something because I'm not sure they're going to show up well on my hand. I have two e.l.f. bite-sized blushes. The first one, you would be surprised, as light as this color is. There, you can see it a little bit better now. So this is in the shade White Peach. These are $3. I'm going to turn off my vanity lights since we're going with some paler colors now. There, I think you can kind of see the true essence of this color a little bit better. Even though this is a really light color, it goes on really well and it shows up on the skin. The next color that I have is Guava. This is my favorite e.l.f. spring blush. Oh, this color is just, I can't I can't even describe it. What is it? Peachy, pinky, it's just cantaloupe. It's just beautiful. And again, the highlighters are nice. I also have a CoverGirl I wanted to show you. This is the Instant Cheekbones, and it's in the shade Peach Perfection. So I like this because it caters to all different skin tones. So you have a lighter peachy, and then you have a darker, more impactful peachy, and you have either a blush topper or a highlighter here, and these are like $3 or $4. And I have two others. This one is my spring one though. We have Catrice. These are the Cheek Lovers. This is a baked formula. It, to me, reminds me a little bit of Milani Luminoso. It has the beautiful light wash of color with a little bit of gold sheen in there. This one, again, I have to build up a little bit on myself, but I don't mind because it's so pretty. A newer blush to my collection is from the brand new brand Relove. And this one is in the shade Cute. This is $2.98. Let me show you this compared to the bite size. This one's $3, this one's $2.98, and it's just as good, if not better quality. Let me show you this on the finger. A very, very subtle luminosity to this one. Perfect, perfect spring color blush. So, Half Caked in Bloom blushes. I got this, I think, in a BoxyCharm, and when I opened it up, I saw beauty. Absolute spring beauty. Isn't that gorgeous? Let me swatch this one for you. This one kind of reminds me a little bit of the Relove. This one is just a little bit, I think, a little pinker maybe. And again, it's it looks like a matte in the pan, but you can see there's just a little bit of luminosity. So next is my favorite dupe as far as these baby pink blushes. It's the Flower Beauty Flower Pots in Wild Rose. Look at this beauty. This is the closest I've been able to find. Very, very affordable. The Flower Beauty formula is affordable and beautiful as well. So this one's in the shade Wild Rose. So if you have this one, pull it out for spring. I do have one Natasha Denona Cheek Duo. This is in the shade Rose. And it is also a blush highlighter duo. I also want to get the Love from this one. But as you can see, again, I have a thing. I have a type when it comes to blushes. So let me just swatch this one for you. Very, very pretty. This one is impactful on the cheeks. I have two more spring blushes to show with you, or show you. Both of them are from Milani. So the first one is the Dulce Pink. These are the Milani Baked Powder Blushes. Dulce Pink is iconic. That pink color with a beautiful luminosity. And how could we not do a spring blush video without Luminoso? It would just be, it would be wrong of us to do that. So this is Milani Luminoso Baked Blush. And here it is right here on the finger. Really pretty. So those are the spring blushes that I'm going to be going through the next 3 months or so. I hope you enjoyed this. So I'm also going to do a spring lips video, a spring eyeliner video, and a spring eyeshadow video. So stay tuned for all of those videos. We are getting ready for spring, folks. So I hope you enjoy maybe some outside spring weather if it's nice out where you are. I know here in Florida it's a little bit overcast today, but it has been spectacular here in Florida. Spring has definitely sprung. So stay tuned for my next video, which is going to be spring lips. And if you liked this video and you like these types of videos, please subscribe, please give me a thumbs up, and please tune in for the next video. Have a good day. Bye-bye.